You would think that the differences between group insurance policies and individual insurance policies would be simple enough to understand. But in truth, many people are uncertain about the differences between group and individual insurance. Comparing these two kinds of health insurance policies will provide you with the useful information, thereby allowing you to pick what's best for you. Yes, it's true. The both types of insurance policies provide similar coverage, but they do differ in the details, sometimes quite prominently. Small business in particular need to assess the need for a group insurance plan, both for tax and employee benefit purposes. In order to understand the differences between group insurance and individual insurance and consequently make important decisions concerning it, it is necessary to know what they entail. Having said that, let's have a look at the differences between group and individual insurance in detail. So, first we'll look at the definition of the group insurance and individual health insurance. Group insurance is simply an insurance package an organization buys for the benefit of its employees. The organization may design a self-insurance plan itself or select a predefined insurance policy from an insurance company. Individual insurance is self-explanatory too. It is the insurance package an individual buys for themselves or for a group of people, such as for his or for her family. Though the name suggests otherwise, it is not true that an individual package covers only a single person. So you can take individual health insurance for your entire family, but of course there are differences, like whether you want to include all of them into a single floater package or individual sum assured package. Now look at the differences. Let's look at the cost perspective first. Understandably, group insurance plans cost less and can be availed at low or no cost to the employee. Much like buying in bulk, sometimes you get discounts also. Each employee will not have to pay any additional fees unless anyone opts for additional benefits that are not offered to the group. Additionally, premium for group plans is deducted from the salary, as opposed to the individual plans where premium is paid separately. This is why some may choose not to purchase an individual health insurance plan if they feel that employer's group health insurance package covers their needs. And in few group insurance policies, you have to pay the copay amount. When I say copay, let's say like they will deduct that in the percentage. It can be 5%, 10%, and 20% also in some cases. Let's say if you have to pay the 20% amount, that means if you are hospitalized for 2 days and you have to pay the bill for 1 lakh, so only the insured if insurance provider approves 1 lakh amount, out of that you have to pay 20,000 from your pocket. That is called copay. So you need to check whether you have copay applied in your group insurance also or not. Let's talk about risk factor here. So risk factor spreads across all the employees in the group, increasing the renewal premium. This is expected, right? So let's say like if you have 100 employees in your company, that means like all employees are entitled to comes under single insurance. So if 50 employees applied for the insurance for that single year, that means the risk factor is more, and the next year onwards there is a chance that your insurance provider will increase the premium automatically. So that is unavoidable. It happens all companies. Whereas when it comes to individual health insurance plan, so that risk factor depends on only to your family or insured person only. So if you don't claim anything for that single year, so mostly they won't increase the premium for the next year. Or else, obviously, like if you claim something for 1 year, from next year onwards, you have to pay extra from your pocket. It's about risk factor. Now let's discuss about the convenience and control what we have in these two packages. Although not too common a scenario, an individual may be denied the insurance package for a variety of reasons, be it medical or financial history. However, with group insurance packages, every individual who is an employee of the company is eligible for the insurance package and is automatically granted approval for the insurance package. This is also because with group insurance plans, the process of underwriting wherein the to be insured medical history is closely examined is sometimes waived off. Thus, it's a lot easier to obtain an insurance package through the organization. However, with individual insurance packages, the individual has full freedom to set the terms of the policy. Only you can choose for the policy to be discontinued. The policy can be decided on the basis of your own personal medical, financial, and social situations rather than the spread over a number of individuals like in group insurance. Now let's talk about no claim bonus. So within a group policy, even if you don't make a claim throughout the tenure of the policy, you as an individual do not get any benefit. In contrast, with an individual insurance plan, if you do not make a claim throughout the tenure of the policy, you are eligible for a no claim bonus, which can be thought of as a reward for being healthy and appears in the form of discounted renewal premium or incremental cover at no additional cost. Additionally, if you do not make a claim but another individual covered under the group plan makes a claim on the ground of having a baby, having contracted a critical illness, etc., the overall cover being offered to the group may be reduced if the employer is unwilling to pay more premium on the group's behalf. Now let's talk about applicability. Unlike individual insurance plans that are applicable no matter all the times, group plans only offer cover for as long as you are employed and the employer is paying the premium. Sometimes, of course, employees only pays the premium, but in most of the cases, employer pays the premium for the all employees. When you retire or resign, you may have an option to convert the group cover to an individual policy. However, the conversion premium typically is much higher than that for a new individual life insurance policy. So it is advisable to convert only if the premium works out lower than the new policy or if you are otherwise uninsurable. If you decide to convert, you will have to produce the certificate of coverage that your employer had given you under the group insurance policy. So the final question here is, which should you choose? Group insurance policies can be a real cost saver for the company and the employee, making it more of a bargain, but affordable individual insurance package are certainly a necessary that even those covered by their companies cannot afford to do without. This is mainly because individual insurance policies allow you to choose exactly what's covered and what is not. You can decide which critical illnesses and the diseases you want to cover based on your families and your medical history, how many members of your family you want to cover, and even how much of a sum you are assured. In contrast, group insurance policies are constructed according to company's policies and the will of your employers. Also, the group insurance cover through your employer only lasts as long as you continue working for your employer. If and when you switch jobs, you may or may not receive health insurance cover from your new employer, as it is not mandatory for your employer to provide health insurance cover. Also, you will mostly likely not enjoy the same extent of cover as you had with your previous employer. Lastly, you may find it difficult to get an individual health cover post-retirement, especially if you have developed any health issues. Even if you do get covered, the premium for such policies will invariably be quite high. For the above reason, it is advisable to get yourself an individual health insurance cover even if you are not covered under a group plan through your employer. Once you have decided to opt for an individual plan, it's important to do your research, obtain the best quotes, and make comparisons. Of course, you can consult an expert if necessary. After all, it's your money that's going to make the purchase and your health at stake. Thank you.